Today I want to talk about the A/B test, and many of you may be familiar with the A/B test, but most of you probably use it on your job or if you're doing experiments either in school or in business. What I want to do is extend the A/B test to your life. So for those of you that don't know or want to recover this concept, A/B test is simply doing an experiment on something and you hold everything else constant as you've always done and you change one thing. So A is the control. That's what you've been doing, or maybe it won a prior test. B equals the variant. And so you hold all other things in your life constant. You change one thing and see if it makes an improvement. If you get statistically significant results, which that'll be another video or you could look that up, if B wins out, B becomes the control. If B loses, A remains the control, and then what you can do is you can test a new variant against the control. The idea here is you're consistently testing things in your life, and if you can get, let's say you run 50 tests on something in your life, and twice the variant wins, you get compounding results, which I'll cover shortly in this video, for improvements. Now, when I say life, let's look at the three big drivers in life. So the first is your health. So this is fitness, this is diet, all the things that fall under health. But I want to cover this at a high level. The second big driver of life is wealth. This is both not just financial wealth, but knowledge, things that give you value. So you can think about things you can test that bring you wealth. The third, and they call these, by the way, the three big markets. So in any business, any product or service that's ever sold, it falls under one of these three categories: health, wealth, and relationships. Relationships can be personal, it can be business, it can be platonic, like friends, but everything pretty much in life falls under one of these three parent categories. And the purpose of today's video is how can we take A/B tests and hit items under these three parent categories and level up our life. So earlier I talked about consistently A/B testing things. Let's say let's pick relationships for now. We could have done wealth or health, but I want to go with relationships. And suppose under relationships, we want to drill down to networking, strictly networking in our life to build our friendships, our business contacts, things like that. If we think about the things that go into networking, so your appearance, your background, your charm, your conversational skills, your social media presence, we want to apply A/B tests to those items and see if we can get incremental improvements. And I'll show you where the magic happens. So we take relationships and then we're going to go a subcategory of networking. And this is one of the tricks I use to get to 30,000 followers on LinkedIn. I am not famous. I don't have millions of dollars, but as this is simply a matter of little tweaks I've done here and there, A/B tests over and over and over again to see what works and what doesn't. So we're going to work on networking. Let's say we run 50 A/B tests for networking. And we can say that 47 of them failed, meaning when we tested something with our networking skills, maybe we changed our business card, something simple, or we changed the way we greet people. 47 of those tests didn't show an improvement versus the way we're already doing things. But 3 of those tests, we could say 47 failed, 47 failures, 3 variant wins. And I'm doing 3 just to simplify the math, but you could see the power of what if 6 tests won, or 10, or so on. 3 of these tests won, meaning the variant beat the control. And here's what happened. Test 1, we got a 4% improvement in networking. Test 2, we got a 6% improvement in networking. So this can be social media contacts. This can be people that actually say yes to you. So let's say you go to networking events and you pass out 100 business cards, and maybe one person responds to you. But then the next time when you do a tweak in your approach or your look or your attitude, you get a 6% gain. So these are the things that I'm getting at. Test 3, we get an 8% improvement. Now, here's where the magic happens. And I did a very conservative win rate. So 3 out of 50. As you do this more and more, you'll probably see more wins than that, but I want to keep this conservative so it doesn't sound like we're giving you a bunch of fluff. When you look at these 3 wins, most people will say, oh, so I got a 4 plus 6 plus 8 equal to 18% improvement. That's wrong, because all parts of networking and relationships and your tests are intertwined. Meaning, when you walk up, if you're working on your smile influences everything else. If you work on your delivery influences everything else. So this is called additive, by the way. When we make these improvements, most of the time they're multiplicative, meaning the real improvement we get is 4%, which we write out like this, 1.04 times 1.06 times 1.08. And what do we get there? We get, I think it's 19.05. Yes, 19.06. 19.06 improvement. It is not 18. It's 19.06. Now, there's a 1.06% differential here, but imagine if you win more tests. The gap between this and this starts to get wider, and that is where the magic happens. So to wrap this video up, what I'm suggesting is pick one item under each of these 3 parent categories that you can work on. We got health, wealth, and relationships. And I know there's something in your life that you could probably improve with not a lot of effort, but just some testing. And so in this video, we covered networking. Specifically, these tests actually come from LinkedIn, where I got my followers, but this can be applied anywhere. And so what I want you to do is run little A/B tests in your life under one of these 3 parent categories and start seeing how things stack up and compound as you get some wins. For this example, I did 3 out of 50 wins. You may get more, you may get the same, you may get less, but if you test enough, you start finding out some huge gains in your life. And to wrap up then, we've got the control and the variant. Your job is to find out with multiple tests when the variant wins, because the variant winning, especially in things that are multiplicative, drive changes greater than an additive change. So, and I covered this in an earlier video, things like smiling and eye contact when you walk up to meet somebody. If you can work on your smile and eye contact, that is a multiplicative event because it builds trust and people want to know more about you. Whereas if you had a bad smile or didn't make eye contact, they drop you immediately and you'll never be able to improve anything with them. So additive is not what we're going for. We're going for multiplicative. Continue to run tests, A/B tests, little things in your life. Watch how things improve, stay the same, or get worse. If they improve enough, you can test that. That's your new control. And then you start testing things either against that or move on to one of the other categories. Thank you for watching.